everybody, this is Overboy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2000 movie Lion of Oz. So, in this movie, the Cowardly Lion is sent to Oz from the Omaha State Fair when he and his friend Oscar get sent to Oz during a storm while flying in a hot air balloon. And when they get there, they get separated, and in order to save Oscar, Lion agrees to go look for the Flower of Oz for the Wicked Witch of the East and find it so that he can save his friend. And along the way he makes all kinds of friends and everything as you would expect in an Oz movie. He meets all kinds of friends along the way and everything on this adventure to find this flower. And it all leads up to him meeting Dorothy and Tin Man and Scarecrow and stuff by the end of the movie and everything. This is a okay movie. It was one that was a huge part of my childhood for a little while. I had recorded it off of Disney Channel and watched it on repeat a lot when it first came out. And then something happened to the tape. I don't know if it went out or I accidentally recorded over it or what. And for a very long time I couldn't find it. For about a good 13, 14 years I finally found it on DVD and rewatched it for the first time in a long time a few years ago. And so I thought I'd go ahead and do a review for it because I hadn't reviewed it and stuff yet. But this is a movie that I kind of have a special place in my heart for, but it's not one that I enjoy a lot as much anymore because I'm an adult, and this one is more aimed at younger kids. But it does have some fun moments and stuff, and the voice cast it's got a pretty good voice cast with Dom DeLuise, Lynn Redgrave, Tim Curry, Bobcat Goldthwait, Kathy Griffin, just to name a few of them. All of them are really good in their roles and stuff, although Tim Curry would have been even better if he would have did the voice of the villain of the movie. Personally, I think he was fine, but I think he would have been an even better choice for the villain of the movie. But he does fine for what he has to do. He does the voice of Captain Fitzgerald, who is this toy soldier, and he's pretty good. Like I said, I think he would have been better suited for the villain. Although the villain in this movie, this kind of like a sidekick to the Wicked Witch. He's like this darkness cloud thing that turns everything evil that it touches. He is kind of like the villain from Ferngully, so that's probably why Tim Curry didn't want to do his voice. I don't know, but I think he would have been better fitted for that character than Captain Fitzgerald. But he's fine for the character. It's kind of cool getting to have him voice a good guy though, because a lot of times he does the voice of villains. So at least he did get to do a good guy this time around. I will say that I think that Caroline the doll that is Whimsic's doll, and kind of like the love interest to Captain Fitzgerald, I think she was kind of annoying, but I think that also just comes down to she's voiced by Kathy Griffin, and sometimes Kathy Griffin is funny and sometimes she gets on my nerves, and this is one of those movies where she kind of got on my nerves. And Bobcat Goldthwait plays Silly Oswald, who as a kid was a very hilarious character and I really liked him and stuff, but in the few times I've watched this in recent years, I don't find him near as funny as I used to. And maybe it's just because he's more of a comic relief character that's aimed towards kids and stuff. Maybe that's why I don't find him as funny, but I still think he's good. And everything, all of the characters are pretty good, and I enjoy this movie quite a bit. And I could have sworn that it was a lot longer, that there was more scenes in this movie that were cut out on the DVD. I don't know for sure, but I could have swore as a kid that there were scenes in here that I remember that weren't in here, like the witch tormenting Captain Fitzgerald and stuff, and talking to Oscar Diggs. I could have swore that was in this movie, but it's not on my DVD. I don't know if the recorded copy I had was a special edition or what, but there are things in here that I could have swore were in this one, and maybe it was another Oz movie, because I know there were other Oz movies that I've seen that are animated. But this is it's a fun movie. It's not a super great one. It's not the best Oz movie out there, but it's definitely worth watching. And if you have younger kids, it's one that they probably would enjoy quite a bit, because it's a decent little kid movie. I'm not one to usually use the kid movie title very often, because I don't really believe that animated movies are made just for kids, but this one is targeted more to the younger kids and everything. It has some good moments and stuff, but it's not one of my most favorite Oz movies. It's not terrible by any means, so I can handle watching it and everything. I just don't watch it very often. But it is fun to watch for the nostalgia of it, and more than likely you've never seen this movie. I don't hardly know anybody that's ever heard of The Lion of Oz, but if you haven't seen it, it's definitely worth checking out at least once if you're a fan of the Oz books and stuff. And the book that this is based on was actually written by the great grandson of Frank L. Baum and everything too, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so I'd say I'd give Lion of Oz a 7 out of 10. I enjoy it, and I think it's fun, but it's not something that I like to rewatch very often. And I will say that one of my biggest problems with the movie is it's a musical, and that all of this, there's not one song in the movie that is memorable or catchy. All of the songs are pretty forgettable, and most of them are pretty slow-paced songs too, which is really weird for an animated movie. But compared to other Oz movies, this isn't one of my most favorites, but it's not one of the worst either. I think it's good, but not super great or anything like that. It's fine for what it is. I just don't find it as enjoyable as I did when I was a kid. So anyway, let me know in the comments if you've seen Lion of Oz, what you think of it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.
Yeah!